Morning. It's a beautiful dewy morning, nice temperature. Just recently did a manufacturer's FUPA video referring to the lack of tolerance ability or quality control in a Colt versus the Remington. And something has come to my attention, and I am going to take my time to get there. Sometimes this old boring old man has got to give you old stories to make a point. But in this particular case, I'm going to start out pointing out something with the Remington in all fairness. And so in this case, this is what's known as a 36 caliber belt model made by Pietta. And here is the Uberti full-length model. Now, truth be known, and yes, these are both loaded, and we'll cover that here in a minute, but these are both loaded. This one's got the 130 grain Lee cast, and this one's got the Kato Oyama at 148. But I'm going to try to point this out as best I can. This is a proper port for a Remington, and this one is in the Uberti. But yet, somewhere along the line, Pietta, who makes a ton of things that are correct, here's the loading port of that. Now, if you notice here, that plunger for the ram is more than a 1/4 inch into the window for your bullet. So, basically, to load bullets on this gun in its current form, I have to do it off the gun. Round ball, no big deal. I'm manufacturing crap in a Remington. So I gotta be honest in this video to a certain extent. The Remingtons can be screwed too. Now, to get to the point that I kind of want to get to, I recently viewed a new video from Cap'n Ball. Great channel. I don't know exactly what the guy's title is, but somehow he's tied into the Italy manufacturing. And in that video, they introduced an 1873 Colt with an 18-inch barrel. Great idea. I know a lot of people that have been dying to get into 18-inch Dragoons, and for that matter, even Walkers. Mainly because of their extra capacity, and quite frankly, even that would interest me personally. But I have to ask, what are these people thinking? Now, again, this particular revolver gets broke out a lot, but this Remington, what they call an 1866 Remington carbine Cap'n Ball, I've said for a long time is one of the dumbest ideas market-wise in 1860s that Remington could have ever done. By the time this was out, there was lever guns, including on the heels was the Yellow Boy, and the original lever gun that they really marketed really well was the Henry repeating firearm. And yet Remington at the same time, or even after that time, comes out with another Cap'n Ball. So eventually this revolver is going to go to the point where I think it should have been at the time of its introduction. If they had any chance of selling it, Cap'n Ball at that particular time was not a marketing genius idea. Second thing, and I know some people love this revolver, Me, again, I don't, for more reasons than one. And one of them is ergonomically, this is the most uncomfortable setup I've ever dealt with. First of all, the length of pull is too short. Second of all, you're so close to this cylinder that not only do you need to wear your safety glasses religiously, but I found that when you're this close to all this muzzle flash or report of the cylinder and flash, that a simple pair of earplugs just ain't enough. You almost, in order to keep your ears from being wrung, need to wear earplugs and earmuffs to get past it. But ergonomically, the drop of comb ain't right. To get it settled in correctly into the sight, it's just not, to me, correct. Again, this is my personal opinion. Well, Colt is introduced, as I've stated already, or is in the process of introducing, in 1873. And that I spotted right off is that they're doing a Colt frame, but they're almost doing the exact same trigger guard and using the exact same Remington stock for it and laying it out the frame back here the exact same way. And I got to just go, what the heck are you thinking? I mean, I can't tell you how many people that I can run out to that can't wait for the skeletonized strap-on for the Dragoon, the Army, whatever, butt stock that's historically correct, or for that matter, the wood one that will attach. So I just don't understand why, because let's face it, with this one, this would be twice the pistol as it is now if I could reach out and shoot it comfortably with a natural pistol grip and still be able to go if I needed to. I don't want to get too far in the weeds, but there are original looking builds that could have easily went on the back of a Colt, whether it been the 1860 Army, the Dragoon, or for that matter, even to the Walker. They could have come up with skeletonized or the wood or of original form to strap onto an 18-inch carbine, and would have been more accurate as far as historically accurate, and actually more comfortable than this is. So I always have to ask, what the hey are these people thinking doing this? Another case in point, and of course I keep bringing out little ditties that repeat themselves over and over and over again. Now, this is one of my favorite actions. I own several in several different calibers. At the time, a rifle like this that I picked up originally in .223 was $160. And since then, I have added what's now the 3030 Ackley improved. I've added 444 Marlin, you name it, go on, I've added it to it. And one of the advantages to this was exactly what I just said, the expense at the time. And this SB2 Action is built to withstand pressures up to 62,000 PSI, which means I can run just about any 30-06 based or 308 based cartridge on it and be within safe working pressures. Same if I'm going some of the others, it still has that ability to handle 62,000 PSI. Now, to get back to manufacturing mistakes, this particular company, New England Firearms, or Harrington Richards 1871, whatever one name you want to go by, also introduced this in 243 Winchester. Well, I'm going to tell you that 243 Winchester is the one cartridge and barrel that I'll never recommend to anybody to get. It is the dumbest idea they had. The history told them it was the dumbest idea they could ever have. And here it is. It's not the fact that it's 243 Winchester. It's that they made the exact same mistake as Remington did back when 243 was already in the market, and they came out with the 244 Remington. Now, you might ask, many of you might go, what the heck's a 244 Remington? Well, a 244 Remington, and I'll get to that exactly in a minute, but when they introduced that 244 Remington, they falsely surmised that this would be a varmint round. And they put a 1 in 12 twist in it. So those that had already learned that Winchester was putting out a 243 that shot 100, 105 grain bullets for deer hunting and pronghorn hunting, falsely bought these things up thinking, all right, this is slightly faster than a 243 Winchester and it'll be a great deer hunting round. The problem was they put that 1 in 12 twist in it and it would not stabilize those heavier bullets. Fast forward more than 100 years and New England Firearms introduced a 243 Winchester with a 1 in 12 twist in it instead of a 1 in 9. Same thing. I can shoot 180 grain bullets out of a 243 in this particular configuration. But to stabilize heavier bullets, it just flat will not do it. Now, I know that there's people out there that love minute of deer accuracy, but I was never that guy. I'm now at the point where sometimes I have to settle for it, and I've already covered that particular issue. But again, history taught us about manufacturing faux pas. Why would you go back at any company and make those same manufacturing faux pas? And with that, I'm going to close this one out with my normal. If you came here wearing your feelings on your sleeve, looking to get your butt hurt, you probably came to the right place. And I thank you for your time.